dying, being poor, being alone. What is your greatest fear? Hi guys, welcome to today's episode of the Midweek Chat. For those of you who do not know, the Midweek Chat is a show which I do on WhatsApp where I ask people a lot of questions and they give me the answers. So today I'm going to be telling you some of those answers and telling you my own take on the questions, like my own answer. So I'm sure from the intro you've already realized that today's question is, what is your greatest fear? This is actually the very first question that I ever asked on the Midweek Chat. So it takes me back, a lot of memories, nostalgia and stuff. So we got answers like greatest fear, dying. My greatest fear is being poor. Somebody said that my greatest fear is having to depend on anyone for anything at all. Food, water, home, assurance, love, anything, because I can't interpret humans, in unpredictable as they are, depending on them scares me. Somebody else said, with the whole clandestine research going for immortality for humans by transference of consciousness, freezing the human body, etc., with the emergence of innovative IT, artificial intelligence, augmented reality, simulation, holographic technology, etc., what happens next? So I had to ask, I'm like, okay, so let me get this straight. Your greatest fear is the future to come. And you're like, no, it's not a future. It's happening right now. Only the underground will understand. Okay, so somebody else said, I'm living my fear at the moment and it's scary. It boils down to money. I work, grind, have the tools, the skills, the certificates, and nothing is happening. And which is like, wow, like that really touched me. And he went on to say, laboring in the wrong field, Nigeria, I need to figure out things before time runs out. Many things are hinged on me making money, family, marriage, career. Somebody else said, my greatest fear is not finding happiness, and had I known question. So basically regrets and not finding happiness. Somebody else said that their greatest fear is dying, and not just dying young. And the last person said that their greatest fear is hell. And I asked why, and the person said because she feels like she virtually sins every day, so I guess she feels like she's probably gonna go to hell. Okay, it's not funny, guys. As for my take, like, a lot of people have fears, and I feel like the most fearful fears are the ones that you cannot control. For instance, dying. Like, being afraid of death is like the most futile thing ever, but then again, is like number one fear for most people, and I totally get that. And yeah, for the fears that you can control, for instance, not being happy, or making decisions that you regret, things like that, I feel like, or like depending on somebody for anything. I feel like fears that you can control, for instance, your happiness is your own, right? So you can make that happen. And then in terms of making decisions that you regret, I feel like make a decision at the moment, right? If it's something that has to do with a path to follow, just make the decision and own it with all your heart. Make sure that at the point of the decision making, that you're looking at all the variables and all the factors, and if you come to a decision, then just go along with it. And even if it doesn't work out for you, do not regret it, because you can only do so much with the limited knowledge that human beings have, right? So do not let any decision that you have made to make you regret, right? It's not worth it. And in terms of relying on people for stuff. The truth is, we are not an island. So at one point in time, we have to rely on somebody. We cannot do it all alone. But the things that you can't do yourself, I feel like, go out of your way to do those things. But if people are in your life who want to also help, then do not drive them away, do not shut them down. But the truth is, there's a difference between allowing people help you and relying on people for help. So if you do not want to rely on people for help, by all means do everything that you need to do to ensure that you do not rely on people. But on the flip side, do not shut people out if they are willingly trying to help. So now for the part that I know that a lot of you are waiting for, people want to know what my own greatest fear is, and I'll tell you. My greatest fear is losing a loved one. I don't know if I'm so much scared of dying, because I feel like, obviously, you're probably not even gonna feel it when it happens, as morbid as that sounds, but it's the truth. Like, nobody's gonna know when they die, so I can rule that out. But my greatest fear in the world is losing a loved one, a family member, a lover, a friend. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people cope with it, but it's one thing that I've been asking myself day in day out, like, can you even handle this? Right? So I think that's my greatest fear. I don't know how I would handle losing a loved one, and by losing I mean to death. No. I know most of you be like, oh, losing, how do you mean? I mean the death of a loved one. That's what I mean. So yeah, guys, you've heard it, and you've heard people's responses. So please tell me what your greatest fear is in the comment section. Let us know. Yes, there are some irrational fears, and feel free to put your fear of spiders and snakes. That's also valid. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next Wednesday on another episode of the Midweek Chat. If you're new, please subscribe and like this video, share, and leave your comments for me in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you. Bye.